Hello and welcome to the first uh, Sherlock Holmes The Awakened stream. How is your Monday? How are you doing? How was your weekend? How is your week started? Tell me everything. Welcome, Ruth. Thank you for being here always at the very beginning. Let me know, what do you think about the game sound? Is it too loud? Is it okay? So that I can adjust it before we jump into the game. A free one straight out of the gate, Detective Selka. Yes, I decided to take care of that obligatory bad joke at the very beginning. I don't know, I may use my brain power for other stuff for this game. Game sound seems okay so far. Okay, so let's jump in. The shadow over London. Baker Street.
Dr. Watson, would you kindly close the door behind you so that we can limit the price of your carelessness to merely hours of work rather than days?
My apologies, Mr. Holmes. I found myself rather taken aback. I saw tidier houses in war-torn Afghanistan. Are those my surgical needles?
I ran out of tacks and the matter required immediate attention.
Was that my supper?
Plainly not, for I was the one who ate it.
I set it aside for this evening.
And for that I am grateful.
Is that my bed?
Watson, since you've proven yourself a master
Thank you
of
for the
observation,
follow.
might I ask you to apply your skills to a more pertinent question?
Enjoy the
Namely,
stream.
the whereabouts of today's newspapers. They are the key to everything.
Let me see if I can.
Newsboy is usually reliable.
Medically
Well,
speaking, I often find that the key to everything
welcome
is
to the
good
stream.
in a
Enjoy.
bed.
Feel
Your
free
papers
to
are
chat
here
or
on the
feel
table.
free to lurk, whatever you prefer.
Let us see what the postman brought today.
Okay. What do we have here?
Another letter from Werner. I never reply, but they keep coming. Your order from Barnes' bookshop has arrived, Doctor.
Barnes insists on delivering the books to our door, even though we could easily walk to his shop. That's good service.
London Advertiser, September 28th, 1882. Tensions between England and Sweden are running high after a series of unfortunate mishaps during a recent visit to London by Swedish Princess Ildor. Chief among the scandals was the embarrassment of the British diplomatic corps as a result of the unexplained disappearance of Princess Ildor's personal bodyguard. The longtime member of her inner circle took the opportunity to explore London while off duty and never returned from his late-night promenade. A spokesman for the police assured the advertiser that they are confident the bodyguard will be located, as he is a striking representative of the Scandinavian people. A man like that gets noticed whether by his peers at the gentlemen's club or the fair nightingales who comfort them.
Local gossip, all of it uninteresting.
So,
I don't see the Strand. Where is it?
Pardon me?
I am on the precipice of uncovering a pattern of crime across London spanning many months and involving many men. The missing paper cannot be a coincidence.
That's preposterous.
My dear fellow, life is infinitely stranger than anything which the mind of man can invent.
Well, life used your newspaper to wipe its posterior, so after that unpleasant discovery this morning, I disposed of it. But in lieu of the Strand, perhaps I can deliver you something equally tantalizing. I have just returned from a patient of mine, Captain Stemwick, who...
No, that will not do. Grab your coat, Dr. Watson. Let us hope nobody has collected the dustbin.
that's a lovely perspective. Well, a little bit of a disclaimer maybe. This is the first Sherlock Holmes game that I'm playing. I did play the demo for this very game back in January or February as part of the Steam Next Fest. Well, I've always wanted to play one of the games from the series, being a bit of a Sherlock Holmes fan, but you know how it goes. There are just so many games. It can be difficult to make time to play them all, but since this one released 2 or 3 weeks ago, I think it's the perfect opportunity to finally jump on the opportunity to play the game.
The dustbin is yours for the digging, Mr. Holmes.
Oh, dustbin, yeah. Okay, that was easy. That's not the dustbin. It's raining today. Why not dress in something more appropriate for the weather? Open the case book with C, navigate to wardrobe tab with tab, and put on a hat. Let's do that. Huh, of course. What else can we wear? As Sherlock Holmes. Maybe a nice coat to go with it too.
A cactus spine. If it gets in your skin, it's awfully tricky to remove, and when laced with poison, the perfect assassination tool.
Ah. The more you know.
You were mistaken, Dr. Watson. The paper was indeed dirtied, but not how you implied. It's potting soil. See, Watson? The conspiracy is real. Someone tried to poison me.
Poison? You? That's madness.
Get the Strand! Get your copy of the Strand here! Sorry, Mr. Holmes. I just sold my last paper.
Blast. Then why are you still here?
Boss pays by the hour. No sense in returning early.
What were what are these headlines? Okay.
Any breaking news today?
The dog accident. It's the talk of the town.
Yes. Besides the tripe on the front page, anything about burglaries?
I'm not sure, sir.
What happened to my newspaper?
You're a bright child. I presume you see everything that goes on around here?
Nothing gets past me, mister.
Then tell me, did you notice anyone suspicious at my door this morning?
Like the man with your newspaper?
Precisely. What do you know?
I know the value of a shilling.
Dr. Watson?
Cool, now I can take the day off.
What did he do to the paper? Tell me about the man at our doorstep. Where was he headed? I don't know if we can ask all of these questions. Let's start with this one.
Which way did he go?
Not sure. I was distracted by customers. Sorry.
Oh, we can, so that's a good
Did
thing.
you see what he was up to?
Nah, not really. I saw him approaching your house, but I had a customer. Then there's a loud bang. I ducked down. Not because I was scared, because I wasn't. I had to protect the merchandise, and all I could see was him kneeling at your door.
Can you describe the man you saw?
He was carrying a lot of books. Up to his chin they were.
Never heard of a well-read assassin.
Looks can deceive. Hence the appeal of disguises. All right. You earned your shilling. That'll be all.
Thanks, Mr. Holmes. Maybe I could be your eyes and ears, if you have more shillings. Get the Strand! Get your copy of the Strand here!
Got a new question in your mind palace. Open the casebook with C, then navigate to the mind palace. Inside, select relevant
Get the Strand!
pieces
Get your copy of the Strand here!
of evidence to deduce the answer. Who ruined the Strand? Well, Mr. Barnes is involved in the scheme. The newsboy said the suspicious man was carrying a stack of books, and this morning Mr. Barnes, the local bookseller, delivered a novel for Dr. Watson. A cactus spine for assassination, a loud bang, a visit to Mr. Barnes is in order. And where would that...
Come now, Mr. Holmes. Murder? Yes, Barnes has his quirks, but he also has his scruples.
Not every
Get
pawn
the
knows
Strand!
it's part of a
Get
game.
your copy of the Strand here!
I contain evidence for quick access to the information from your casebook. Open the casebook with C.
Get the Strand! Get
And
your
the
copy of
evidence
the
for the
Strand here!
bookshop. Photo papers in X. Try to find the bookshop. Oh, okay.
Get the Strand! Get your copy of the Strand here!
Let's see. Okay. I'm not going this way. Where? What? Did we find it? And I... Oh, yeah. It is here.
Do you even have enemies that would want to kill you? Okay, perhaps from Cordona.
It's under ice. The effects of overwork. I can see those floaty yellow bits. I cannot move towards them. Oh, you can move like that. Newspaper ink. Maybe the book. last book is the word is transaction, I think. Oh. Leans heavily on his right leg. Sore left leg. And high heels, want to look taller. Newspaper ink wants to look taller, sore left leg, the effects of overwork. Mr. Barnes has large... he has developed a limp like the result of likely the result of an attack. He wears high heels to look taller or stronger, presumably to deter future violence. Mr. Barnes is being threatened by someone and might be involved in a plot against me. Or Mr. Barnes has developed a limp and has large bags under his eyes, the result of long hours of intense work. He's not very confident and tries to appear taller by wearing high heels. It seems unlikely that such a person would be involved in a murder plot, even if the ink on his hand suggests he is the one who sold the newspaper. Nevertheless, Mr. Barnes could still be a pawn in a bigger plan without his knowledge. Well, okay, let's go with this. This would make more sense in this case. I know. Let's go paranoid.
Mr. Barnes, a word. Oh, for goodness sake.
Who goes there?
Sherlock Holmes. Now will you please...
Mr. Holmes. Golly, I did not see you coming.
Would you care to answer some questions for me?
Well, I wish I could, but I am deep in the weeds with work. How about we reschedule in a month or two?
Come now, Mr.
Sure.
Barnes. It will only take a moment.
No, really deep in the weeds with important things. Well, help yourself to any book. Just take it and pay later. I trust you, Mr. Holmes.
Barnes doesn't seem like himself. Why is he acting this way?
You're asking the right questions, Doctor. Let's find a way to coax him out.
Weekend was good, today's okay. Had some trouble sleeping. Technically normal at this point. Today is just work, so that's normal. If a touch busier than usual. Well, I am glad that at least weekend was good. And I hope that your sleeping troubles will not become the normal, but rather your sleep will improve. And yeah, hopefully the work isn't too busy. Proceed to highlight interactive areas in the environment.
The ladder is broken recently, judging by the freshness of the wood.
Anything on the table? No.
So, Barnes has a dog now. Who's a good boy?
you put this game on your wish list last week. Yeah, so you can have a tiny peek. I will totally understand if you don't want to spoil yourself the
I
story.
could hardly imagine anything more macabre.
And also, hello, welcome, how are you doing? The horror in the text did it for you. Oh, well, there are supposed to be some Lovecraftian or eldritch elements.
Barnes has always been a little odd, but this is uncharacteristic even for him.
We have not reached that yet for now. For now, it's just the good old someone is trying to kill us. And here's the eldritch element. Anyway, how are you? How was your Monday? How was your weekend? How was your musical evening? Did you enjoy it? You're good. You planned the celebration stream tomorrow. Yay! I'll make sure to be there. And I saw that you got the emotes, so that's exciting.
Basics of cryptoanalysis, cryptography in Egypt. It appears Barnes has an interesting hobby.
Exotic plants catalog. A catalog of exotic plants on Barnes counter. The name of the catalog reads Everlasting Plants for an Everlasting Love. Aww. How am I? I'm good. I had today off, so since it's a holiday, so it was even better than any regular Monday could have been. Yes, you too. It's nice, and Wednesday is another holiday, so just a chill week all around.
The finest view London has to offer.
At least I hope so.
In the language of Mycroft's secret agents, it's a sign. Dried flowers are replaced when the job is done. I wonder who the recipient is. An improvised stand, but it does make the flowers more visible.
Okay, anything here? Can we take the money? Just lying here, not bothering anyone. Which holiday? Today is Labor Day, and Wednesday is the Constitution Day. Well, not the current Constitution, the first, the anniversary of establishing the first Constitution of Poland back in the late 18th century. The musical was great. It has driving, stands, bleacher. You don't know how to. The word is So you're driven to and from and around the actors. It's amazing. The effects they have is absolutely wonderful. Oh, I think you mentioned the moving elements at some point during the stream. It sounds very blanking on the word, for a lack of a better word, let's say interesting, but that doesn't really express what I wanted to express here. And I am glad you enjoyed it. Why is Barnes acting so strangely? Cactus spine, proctology books, broken lead, plant catalog. Involved in the scheme. I'm not sure if that's correct. It's not something you've seen anywhere else. It's the fourth musical you've seen by them. That production house with those moving elements. The first The Stands only went back and forth, but they upped their game since then. Oh, cool. So, well, it's cool when someone tries to evolve what they do and not rely on the same old tricks all the time. So well, the exotic plants catalog is kinda I think connected with the spine. Okay, let's try picking the spine and observations. Dead flowers on display. Character portrait. We'll see. No. Doing just great. Broken leather. I think it may have to do with the thing in some way. Ah, no, we already have the observations. Okay, so we may just not have all of the required elements.
We're looking for a cactus needle in a haystack. A spine in a book stack? No, come on, Watson, think.
Okay, sorry for a bit of a break there. Let's see. We don't have any more of the document things to try. Thank you for the hydrate. Is there
I
potentially
could hardly imagine anything more macabre.
anything more? We haven't explored yet.
I like bookshops. One of the few spots in London where you are shunned for making a racket.
Apologies, but I can't hear you. Please come back later.
The puppy's panting is hilariously loud. You do have a point. You can hear the puppy in every corner of the store. Thank you for the lurk, Billiana.
An improvised stand, but it does make the flowers more visible.
Power of love, blood and mandrake. What do we hear? We did explore everything. I don't know, should we move on or... As I said, I am playing a game like this first time, so I am not sure. Maybe we missed something. At Baker Street. Some document. Allow bang. Maybe the bang had something to do with the... No, I don't think he would carry the ladder with him. And the bang was before... Sorry, because the ladder broke. Also, there's this strand that we could take a look at. But it's not active. Okay.
Do you know anything about this?
Excuse me, what? I'm not sure I know.
Can I ask you a question?
It's a shame, but I can't help you.
Hey, kitty.
Are you able to help me?
Excuse me, what? I'm not sure I know.
No, are we asking about the picture? Hello. Meow, yes. Hello. I don't think we can pet you, little friendo. But it was very nice to meet you. How about this lady?
The weather is dreary, isn't it? To be fair, my flowers could use the rainfall.
Okay, so she knows nothing. She's standing there just outside of the store. Okay, what about the dog?
Hello there. What's your name?
Lily, I know, not very original.
Maybe Lily could help us.
Encouraging people to stop and smell the roses?
Our national emblem. God save the Queen.
A cactus.
The pot is damaged. The blow was severe, but softened by something.
Okay, we could possibly put in some flowers, fresh flowers into the vase and see what happens.
It must take patience and care to produce a bloom so beautiful.
I imagine so. I merely sell them.
Familiar spine? Is this what I found in my dustbin?
Anything tickle your fancy, Mr. Holmes?
Wearing makeup for beauty or concealment. Distant look. Avoids eye contact or distracted. Mourning brooch. Honoring deceased husband. Luxury fabric. Unusual for work attire. Change shoes upon arrival. So, is she really working there? Mrs. Fleming wears a mourning brooch in memory of her late husband. Her dress is made from an expensive fabric that is not suitable for work. Her shoes show no traces of mud. She must have changed them when she arrived. Her eyes constantly dart around the street, seemingly in search for something. Perhaps she's waiting for someone. While Mrs. Fleming cherishes the memory of her departed husband, she's trying to move on, as suggested by her makeup and nice outfit. Perhaps she is dressing to attract someone's attention, or simply because she has learned to love herself again. And the other option is still grieving. Mrs. Fleming uses makeup to hide her tear-stained cheeks. Her dress is made from an expensive fabric that is not suitable for outside work. Her shoes show no traces of mud. She must have changed them when she arrived. While she tries to bury her grief by dressing extravagantly, she still wears a mourning brooch in memory of her late husband. Her gaze, always staring off into the distance, reveals her emotional detachment. Taken as a whole, one must conclude that Mrs. Fleming is still reeling from her tragic loss. I don't know. You wonder if that heart speed is going to be a regular thing. The last time a game used that, it felt like your own heart rate was matching it. I don't know, I think it's in those kind of observation sequences. So maybe if we make a choice and move on, then maybe it will stop. I think this is the option. Let's go with this.
Mrs. Fleming, you look particularly lovely today. Is there a reason?
Does a woman need a reason to look or feel beautiful?
No, but your distant look suggests you seek one man's gaze in particular.
Who told you that?
Nobody. Merely a keen eye and some simple deduction.
Well, I'll kindly ask you to keep your keen eye to yourself, Mr. Holmes.
Right evidence. But okay, let's ask about this.
I don't know anything about this, sorry.
Now, how about what do we have here?
Are you sure you're asking the right person? I'm just a flower seller. I'm afraid I can't help with that, Mr. Holmes.
With the roses you are selling.
One of these things is not like the other.
Come again?
The cactus. Those fearsome spines can prove a devil to remove, and the sap is often toxic.
And a rose thorn can give you tetanus, but we still grow them. The cactus seems comparatively harmless, though you have me thinking it must be valuable.
I was under the impression that you knew its price already.
Your guess is as good as mine. The first time I saw this cactus was when I came back from my break. Are you sure you're asking the right person? I'm just a flower seller.
Are you familiar with Mr. Barnes?
Yes. No, not really. Well, in a way.
What on earth does that mean?
I know who he is, of course, but we haven't shared much more than a look.
A look?
Yes. Each morning I go for a walk in the park with my dog, and most days I spot Mr. Barnes there with his new puppy, so we see each other. Actually, we once met briefly while our dogs played. He was quiet and seemed unsteady as he approached, but since then, we've never spoken. I often see him staring through the shop window. Sometimes I wonder what he thinks about that would etch such longing onto his face.
Mrs. Fleming and Mr. Barnes never speak to each other, however they do see each other every day, exchanging glances as they walk their dogs. Okay, maybe that flowers.
What do you make of the flowers in Barnes' shop window?
Well, they could use a bit of water.
Do they mean anything to you?
Mean anything how? I'm not sure I'd follow, Mr. Holmes.
Why do you think they're there?
Are you suggesting the flowers are for me?
It seems likely, does it not?
Oh, I hope you're right.
Mr. Barnes loves Mrs. Fleming. Barnes displays a bouquet of dead flowers to attract the attention of Mrs. Fleming, a florist. He may hope she will come into his shop and give him watering advice, or it could simply be a symbol of his desperation. Barnes anonymously gifted her a cactus, which he ordered from the catalogue on his counter. A questionable choice, but for Barnes, a symbol of his eternal love, since the catalogue presents these cacti as immortal. Plainly, this is the same cactus he dropped on the Strand outside Baker Street 221B. And now to hear the full story. So, no one's trying to kill us after all.
I think perhaps I have been chasing shadows.
Do not despair, Mr. Holmes. Even the best of us make mistakes. We better tell Mr. Barnes what we've learned.
Maybe we can have a look here first.
Are you able to help me?
It's a shame, but I can't help you.
Okay.
Mr. Barnes, I know what you did, and I know why you did it.
I'm sorry, Mr. Holmes. I can't hear you very well from behind the door.
You ordered a cactus from the plant catalogue and then left it for Mrs. Fleming as a gift. You place flowers in the window to get her attention and wear high heels to appear taller and more desirable. You are her secret admirer. I couldn't read this morning's edition of The Strand because it was covered in soil and spines. I know you dropped a cactus on it and then fled.
Barnes, it's Dr. Watson. Rest assured we are not interested in disclosing your personal affairs to anyone, including Mrs. Fleming. Please come out.
All right, then.
So, you know what happened then? I was on my way back from the post office, having picked up the cactus and some books. It was quite an awkward package, heavy too, and when I got to your door, I dropped the cactus in your paper. Forgive me.
I needed that paper to prove a theory and prevent a crime. Your actions were rather disruptive. Your clumsiness carrying the post is matched only by the clumsiness of your romantic gesture.
Oh, it's true. I am useless with this sort of thing. I'm not even sure if Mrs. Fleming noticed.
As in most things in life, truth is the answer. Cease with the abstruse signals and anonymous gifts, and simply talk to the woman. What is the worst that can happen? She rejects you, and you are freed from this endless purgatory.
That... Yes, you are correct, of course. I do have a slight tendency to overthink things. Thank you.
So, at last, we return to the matter of the paper. I'm investigating a string of burglaries. Did you perhaps read of any before the edition was spoiled?
I don't recall, but you're welcome to read our copy for yourself.
You had an issue of The Strand here all along?
Well, naturally. I am a bookseller. I have a subscription to every magazine and newspaper in London.
So you ought to be familiar with the concept of burying the lead.
Oh no, my apologies, Mr. Holmes. I'll make it up to you however I can. I am an expert on obscure languages and translation and
Yes, okay. Just give me the paper.
It was lying on the table all the time. Like, we saw it before. Salt battery explosion rocks docks. Locals at the port of London. Sorry. Sorry. Locals at the port of London had a rude awakening last night, with loud bangs and thick red smoke disturbing the peace. Merchant ship Moskva had docked at Pier N3 in the early evening and en route to Europe when it was rocked by several concussive explosions. The port authority is yet to comment on the incident, and it is unknown if any crew members were on board at the time. Eyewitnesses report seeing salt petrolating into the river, but with the area still off limits to workers and the public, it may be some time before we have a full account of what transpired.
Come, Dr. Watson. Let us put this matter behind us.
Farewell, Mr. Barnes. I hope to hear good news about you and Mrs. Fleming.
Okay, can we now unpin the evidence? I don't need the picture here anymore.
Let me know if there's any way I can make it up to you. Tell you what, tomorrow's edition of The Strand is on me.
Thank you kindly. Yeah, so there's the Strand over there. But, okay, Killing Tempest, so maybe it wasn't today's.
Well, that was an utter waste of time.
An assassination did seem rather unlikely.
There was supposed to be another burglary. I was certain of it. Something you wish to say, Doctor?
No. Well, only that you have a remarkable faculty for deduction and pattern recognition. And that perhaps, if ill-applied...
I see things that are not there.
Yes. It is London. There will always be burglaries. Doesn't have to mean anything.
So it seems. Forgive me. Without something to occupy my mind, I turn into an entirely different animal.
Which brings us back to my news from earlier. I think I have a case for you, a real one.
Truly?
Indeed. Though perhaps not as thrilling as your stories from Cordona. A patient of mine, Captain Stenwick, told me that his servant disappeared. I said I knew just the man to help. What do you say?
Oh, Watson.
Yes, I know it's not the most tantalizing mystery, nor the story to launch my writing career. But...
it's brilliant. Let's go.
Oh, good. Well, his house is nearby. Come. Not much further now.
Is this lousy attitude of yours because of my altercation with Inspector Lockhart? Did he put you up to this?
Sir, the inspector has nothing to do with it. I'm telling you the same thing I tell anyone seeking a missing person.
Good day, gentlemen. Forgive the intrusion. Captain Stenwick, this is my colleague Sherlock Holmes, the consulting detective I told you about.
At last, a professional. This useless officer refuses to do anything about Kimmy here, my missing servant. What was your name again? I shall be certain to inform your superiors.
Sergeant Ruffles. And it's my superiors who made this decision, sir.
Have there been other disappearances lately?
Of course, here and there. But when life is tough and opportunity comes knocking, you can't blame those who answer.
Why has the police department decided not to help?
We investigate murders, thefts, fraud, arson, real crimes. A servant walking away from his master is not our highest priority. That said, if we find Kimahia breaking the law, we'll be sure to notify Captain Stenwick. Now, I must be off. Best of luck in your search.
You heard that, didn't you? The way that man spoke to me. I shall need your written testimony. Then we can lodge a complaint.
Captain, perhaps Mr. Holmes' time is better spent learning about your servant. so that he may begin his investigation.
Ah, yes. Quite right. Fire away.
So it seems that if you get kidnapped, the way to get rescued is to murder someone or commit a serious crime, and then police will be looking for you. Otherwise, you're on your own. Can you describe?
Tell me about Kimahir.
He's foreign. A Maori. All the way from New Zealand. Biggest man you've ever seen, and as strong as two. Dark hair and fearsome tattoos. He doesn't speak a whit of English. Never bothered to learn. But I made do with pointing. I invested a lot of money in him, so he must be found.
May I see your servant's bedroom?
His shack is in the garden. You can't miss it.
Did you search the room?
Of course, but only to check he wasn't lying dead inside. Everything seemed normal at a glance.
I take it this is the first time Kimahir has vanished?
Undoubtedly. The man seemed terrified of the city. I think it was all the noise. He never left this estate. Should he cause any damage, I will bear the responsibility, for it was I who rescued him from savagery and brought him here to England in the first place.
When did you last see your servant?
Kimmy here normally brings me the morning papers, but yesterday I had to get them myself. He must have escaped the night before yesterday.
Is there any reason Kimahir may have left?
I should think not. He had all he could have wanted. Gainful employment, new clothes, and all the cabbage he could eat.
Cabbage? That's the dream. I mean, who would run away having all the cabbage you could eat?
Did Kimahir make off with anything of value?
Heavens, no. I would have mentioned it to Sergeant Ruffles.
Still, he must have fled with some money on his person.
No. I kept his wages in my safe. For security.
All right, Captain. I think I have enough to get started. We shall first take a look around the mansion.
Go ahead. I'll be here, mentally drafting my complaint.
Chewing tobacco. A shoe print, roughly size 11, with a worn-out sole. These are a workman's boots.
Okay, what else do we have here? I don't remember from the demo something about those green things. I don't remember what is it that we should be clicking. Green thing sort of looks like Eldritch symbols. A bit. If I remember correctly, they symbolize places where those kind of like recreated events were available. Okay, maybe let's have a look somewhere else. Maybe we'll be able to go there in a moment. Concentration helps you pick up smaller details about the world around you. So when you see a wavy green circle, press Q to observe the object more closely. Don't forget to pin the relevant evidence. Some clues won't be visible without it. Okay. Q. Parallel.
Could have left these tracks. They seem fresh.
Trail. Okay, we don't have enough stuff yet. Anything to look into this. First, let's explore a bit more. Oh, wait. This thing is interesting. A dragon of sorts. You ready for thing? What thing? Hello, Lutz, and welcome, Raiders. Thank you very much. Thank you for choosing me and for raiding. How are you doing? How was your stream? And happy affiliate anniversary. Good evening to you too. How are you doing? It was good thank you until your internet started playing up. Oh, I'm sorry you had to end because of issues, and yes. If someone doesn't know checking your loots yet, please give him a follow. Lutz is a great member of the ESO fam and also plays some other MMOs. I know he plays Lotro and some other games too, I think. I think I caught some other also. Well, I was lurking, but yes. Thank you for the follow. And yes, raiders, welcome. Feel free to the stream after the raid if you need a bit of a break, Apologies for not already following. Didn't realize you streamed. No problem at all. No problem. There are so many people streaming. It can be a bit difficult to be aware of everyone. And thank you very much for the follow, Podan. Yes, welcome readers. Sorry, I am Selka, a variety streamer. I concentrate on story-based games with a bit of cozy games mixed into. Currently, we are starting the playthrough of Sherlock Holmes: The Awakened. So we are playing detective tonight. But yes, if you need a bit of time to get a snack, to get a drink, to stretch, of course, feel free to do that. And if you want to stay around and see our attempts at investigation, well, I'll be very glad if you do that.
The rag reeks of smoke. Someone plugged the chimney.
Thank you very much for the bit, Ruth, and for feeding your bitty kitty. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. So, Lutz, were you only playing ESO tonight, or did you play some other games too? Yeah, this game is also supposed to have some Lovecraftian or Eldritch elements. They haven't appeared yet, so Wrath is taking care of implementing them before they appear in the game itself.
Someone moved a cart to this spot and then took it elsewhere. Can't see it anywhere in the garden.
So, trail in Captain Stanwyck's garden. There are fresh pebble trunks in the garden. The logs near the shack are in shambles as if someone had dropped them. There are similar tracks near Kimihia's shack. Garden cart was usually kept under the rain cover. Just yes, out for tonight. Had some stuff to give away, including a devoted torchbook pet. Oh, nice. That was donated to you by one of the ESO stream team members. Oh, nice. So, well, a good way to celebrate the affiliate anniversary. If we chant that enough, it may invoke something. You may be right, and I think something will show itself, regardless of the chanting. You feel blessed to be part of this community. Yes, ESO fam is just the best. Might be happening already. It might. Okay, so
These were sturdy boxes. It would have required a serious blow to break them.
And Lutz, what other games or MMOs do you regularly play? I know I caught you playing Lotro at some point, and I did play Lotro too for a while, but it's just, yeah, it's always time. Time is the problem
A scrap of Hessian.
being able to play all the stuff you might want to.
Impressive. The sack of grain retained the shape of an impact. Someone hit their head here.
Oh, true. There's a face imprinted there. Yeah, exactly, exactly like that. Well, sorry if you are frustrated by my potential clumsiness or inability to see some stuff in the game. This is the first time I'm playing a Sherlock Holmes game. So the mechanics may be a bit new to me and may take a bit of time to connect the dots.
A small navy spyglass. Button chops. The remains of a meal. A heavy chemical odor. Lend me your nose, Doctor.
Ah, I'll never forget that smell after my time in Afghanistan. That's an opioid, Mr. Holmes, a narcotic.
The ashes are long since cold.
Okay, gathering evidence is simple enough so far. Piecing stuff together will be a bit more of an issue
A
later.
Maori nose flute. Ngurus, they're called. Clothes made of Hessian. Is Sten really so miserly? Is this a Tanifa, a Maori water spirit, or something else?
Either way, it's giving me chills.
Oh, such nice walls, not holy at all. Sturdy and solid. Yay. Must have been a delight to live here.
The rag reeks of smoke. Someone plugged the chimney.
Stenwick makes his servant live in a tool shed. You think you know someone.
This lock is quite unusual. It appears that the key should be bent to the right.
Okay, so we have 3 scenes unlocked so far and 1 version per scene. No. No, I don't think Strand has anything to do with that. So we may still need more evidence.
Looks like a knee print. Someone knelt here. The amount of chewing tobacco suggests they were waiting a while.
Amazing, Mr. Holmes. To read the ground like an open book.
Okay, so that's the 4th scene and the first version of it. And has any one of you played any of the Sherlock games at all? Somewhere at some point, or any other detective games? Is that something you do enjoy, or rather not? Okay, let's talk about, yes, the key.
The door to your garden has an interesting lock.
Yes, I have uncommon locks on every door of my mansion. It makes them harder to pick. Kimmy here and I both had a set of keys.
I'll need to borrow them.
No, you'll need to do what I tell you to do. Examine the garden.
How helpful of you. You might be hiding something, I think.
Has Kimmy here ever indulged in tobacco?
No, the man doesn't even drink.
Are you certain? I found chewing tobacco in the garden.
I controlled Kimmy here's expenses since he struggled with the currency. I would have known if he used tobacco.
Do you happen to know Kimmy here's shoe size?
I wouldn't have the foggiest. But I'm sure it was enormous. Not that it matters. He spent his life barefoot. Despite my best efforts, he simply did not take to shoes.
You tried the original of this one, didn't get too far, but it was funny. There was a meme on the old ones that Watson was scary Because even if you try to lose him, he will automatically teleport rubber band behind you. Yeah, he seems to be kinda floating around in the background all the time. I've noticed this here too already.
Where on earth are you going with this? Where on earth are you going with this? I thought you were meant to be intelligent.
How dare you?
Is this spyglass familiar?
I don't recognize it.
Could it be Kimahia's, perhaps?
I doubt it. I never saw him with it, nor could I suggest how he might have come by it.
He's my unofficial shadow. Yeah. I mean, he is supposed to write down the account of all of the happenings, so he'd better be there.
Where on earth are you going with this?
I came across a pile of Hessian clothes in the shack. Are they Kimahia's?
Yes. I had to give him something to clothe himself. He seemed unfazed by his bare skin, but I found it distracting.
Oh, poor rich guy. Okay, nothing here. But maybe. Where does Kimahia's trade lead? No. Yeah, that's not going to be it. Oh. That's surprising. I wasn't expecting the paper to have anything to do with this. The Strand, that was the account of the explosions. Okay. Let's have a look. Can you fail in this game? Like, you can cheat and brute force the deduction. I think with the deduction, like with the finding answers to the questions, well, as you could see, like, you can't cheat and brute force the deduction. So what I was doing was kind of brute forcing it in this part, like finding the answer to the question. So I was trying different combinations, and if it's correct, it's just highlighted in green, and if it's not, it just disappears. So you can search for the right combination in just until you find it. I don't think there are more than one combination, at least for this part. Now then there are those kind of versions of events, and then I think you can pick a wrong one, although I'm not sure, because that's the first first time I have an option to do that. So let's see how it works. Oh, so the first option was that Kimihia was transporting something on the cart, then someone is transporting Kimihia, and the other one, someone is transporting something. Because you remember hearing about one Sherlock Holmes game where you can fail. If you pursue the wrong deduction, you lose time. And if you run out of time, you basically lose the game, get a bad ending. I don't know how it's supposed to be with this one. I haven't really read much about this game and how it is supposed to work in this respect. Okay, so here someone is dragging him here and falling over. And okay, someone is potentially hit by something. I mean, this would explain the piece of cloth on the floor. I don't know how long ago you played the original. Do you remember anything like that? I'm not asking for clues or anything, but just what did you just do? Just trying to figure out if it was the same in the first game, or maybe there are some differences after all. Too long ago, you're pretty sure you never got this far either. Oh, okay. Oh, so the idea is someone threw in the opioid, then closed off the pipe, and when Kimihia got unconscious, they dragged him out. Yeah, so that must be someone else, I think. But is it the man with the spyglass? Or the person with the spyglass? It could be. No, it would actually make sense for it to work like this. I think. With the opium being added here. Now this looks like the garden cart after it was broken. And there still is supposed to be the last stage somewhere. At some point.
Do you think Kimmy here had an accomplice in his escape?
So are we still thinking it's an escape? Because if it was an escape, then this doesn't make sense.
Yes, Denwick is no angel, but he's one of my few clients. Please, try to remain courteous.
When was I not courteous? Really? So this kind of looks like a face, but neither of the options was portrayed as someone falling face first onto the bag.
Impressive. The sack of grain retained the shape of an impact. Someone hit their head here. Clothes made of Hessian. Is Stenwick really so miserly?
Or someone smushed another's face into the grain. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, we have only 3 options available here, and so in this one, someone who is not Kimihiya is falling down like a fight, basically, with his back of his head turned towards the sack. Then in this one it's a similar situation, but it looks like it might have been a fight, and in this one it looks also kind of like no, not really as a fight, but Kimihiya just stumbling over the boxes, and in all of the 3 cases, the person, no matter who that was, would hit their head, like the back of their head. Would land with the back of their head in the sack. Also, if it was an escape, someone tripped into the sack, missing a clue somewhere, then, but like, there are no other versions available. We have uncovered all of the potential outcomes of this particular situation. If you look at the top, there are, like, we are at the second big circle from the left, and there are the 3 little ones, and those are the options that I was just showing, unless it was this one and they just drag Kimihiya over there. With his face down. Okay, let's see. We can't get the key. Maybe we can have a look on the other side. Well, first, this bit of wall is a bit suspicious. Okay, not going through here, but maybe we should leave here and investigate the street next to the location, unless it's blocked off. Police line, do not cross. So, no. unfortunately, we are not going to do that, but maybe something here will be helpful. Well, we could always have a look at the kitty. Aww. Always improves morale, at least. Pet, yeah, I wish.
Could you help me?
Sorry, sir, I can't help you.
Do you know anything about this?
As much as I'd like to help you, I know nothing about this.
I assume you don't know.
Can you satisfy my
anything.
curiosity?
No, I don't know anything about that.
May I ask you something?
I wish I could help you, but I don't know.
This side, no, nothing. Okay, there's broken cards. I don't think those people know anything.
Could you help me?
either.
Oh, I can't help you with this.
Help me, please.
It's a shame, but I can't help you.
Well, after the stream, I am definitely going to Google if you can somehow pet cats in this game, because it would be such a shame, such a missed opportunity. Not sure if Sherlock Holmes was a fan of cats in particular or animals in general, but still.
May I ask for your assistance?
A lady doesn't know about such things.
Such things as assistance.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
No, I don't know anything about that.
Cabbage. There was a mention of a cabbage before. Oh.
Seems to be for me.
Oh. Okay.
Unnaturally bent legs, yet they look to be a design choice.
Hey-ho, street pigeons and rainworms. Another treasure hunt is upon you. With a clue in hand, it's up to you to find all the dolls. Okay. That's a nice...
A treasure hunt. Used to do lots of those in my childhood for myself and...
Is it a call for help?
A bad joke? Or both? Better not risk leaving this matter ignored, don't you think?
Well, last time we went on a treasure hunt, we didn't manage to finish because it was a long one.
May I ask for your assistance?
I don't think anyone here knows the answer. You should ask someone else.
different games still hunting for treasure. And it would be really funny if we would find a mask and a key and directions for the next treasure in the location. Okay. Also, maybe it will help me come up with a solution a bit easier if we do something else for a little bit. Okay, so it should be somewhere here. Oh, cute drawings. Investigation scene.
A model of a homely room and fireplace. Chimney bears a peculiar form, like it's meant to have something put inside.
A doll, maybe?
Looks like a factory to me.
Time to warm up lunch. Enjoy your lunch.
Wonder what could get the gears inside moving.
And thank you for the lurk.
A small minecart. Endearing, if disturbing. Looks like putting something in the slot may get the gears inside to move.
Okay, that's not the key for the padlock, but still Tom. Okay.
Children's clothes, judging by the size.
Hey ho, street pigeons and roof ravens. Another treasure hunt is upon you. With a clue in hand, it's up to you to find all the dolls. Okay, we haven't been by the river yet, but I will keep that thing in mind.
Padlocks have names etched onto them. Anne, Tom, Charles.
Oh, so I assume after we get all 3 dolls, we'll get 3 keys and be able to unlock the...
What a grim view.
A cupboard.
This disappearance is intriguing, no? I cannot make head nor tail of it.
May I ask for your assistance?
I don't don't think anyone here knows the answer. You should ask someone else.
Yeah, you may be right about that. Okay, let's go back to the garden and missing Kimi here.
Why are you still here?
Don't you want to find out what happened to your servant after all? Hello, Daedric, and thank you for the raid. Knock knock, it's Daedric Shadow. Enter the shadows of the Shadow Inn. We will dance on the tables. Welcome. Choose your table and dance your heart out. Thank you very much for the raid. How was your stream? How was your continued affiliate celebration? Thank you for choosing me. Let me quickly do the thing. Thank you very much for the follow, Markaya. I greatly appreciate it. I hope that you will enjoy it here. Well, if anyone who was here before doesn't follow Daedric Shadow yet, check her out and follow her. She's a new Elder Scrolls Online streamer, but already very entertaining and very professional, and you won't regret it. You're lurking, but 2 tabs open will not hurt. You're going to go back into lurk to not spoil the game for you. Okay, sure. Thank you very much for the lurk. But yes, welcome raiders. Feel free to do all the post stream things if you need to stretch, if you need to get something to drink, something to eat, or do other stuff. Then, well, do that. And well, I should introduce myself for anyone who doesn't know me. I am Salka. I am a variety streamer. I focus on games with interesting stories and sometimes with a cozy angle too. Tonight we are starting the playthrough of Sherlock Holmes, The Awakened. So yes, if that's something that you might enjoy, then welcome. Take a seat and hopefully enjoy. I thank you for the shadow. No problem at all. Stream was good, a bit messy, but we got through the Dark Brotherhood quest. Nice! Congratulations. I haven't done that yet. I started it and somehow my enthusiasm for that storyline waned a bit. But yes, congrats. And well, I'm sorry that you had some issues, but thankfully it didn't stop you from finishing the quest line. Delay and OBS were a bit hectic, so ended a little sooner, but you were going for near 5 hours, so not too bad. Yeah, 5 hours is very respectable. So yes, thank you very much once again for choosing me, and I hope you will enjoy our little investigation. currently we are investigating the disappearance of a servant of a rich man, and we seem to not have all of the evidence yet, but trying to figure out as much as we can. It's the first time I'm playing a Sherlock Holmes game, so I am doing, I don't know if I'm doing good or not. AD, hi! Hello, I'm doing well. How are you? How was your stream? How's Sherlock like? It's fun so far. I never, as I said, I never played any of the Sherlock games, just a bit of a demo of this game back in, I don't know, January or February. So far, it's still a bit confusing and overwhelming. But we are getting there. We've managed to solve one kind of a tutorial case, so this is the first serious one. And yes, if anyone wants to avoid spoilers, I fully understand if you don't want to look at what is going on. So currently we are trying to piece together what happened. There are like 4 notes, and each note has some versions of events that could have, well, that could have happened, and our task is to decide which of the versions is correct. And I am trying to piece together the stuff that happens and make it make sense. Also, we are still not sure if the servant ran away himself or maybe he was kidnapped. So those are the 2 potential options. I assume that if we get the correct order, then it would maybe update and let me know that it is the correct order. Wait, is there something?
No air coming through it.
Okay, no air coming. Does that change anything?
This disappearance is intriguing, no? I cannot make head nor tail of it.
Gotta lurk for a bit. Thank you very much for the lurk. I really appreciate it, and thank you once again for the raid. Wait, there's a key. It's probably not the one we are supposed to use to open the padlock. Well, this makes me feel very, very dumb right now.
This lock is quite unusual. It appears that the key should be bent to the right.
Maybe this will help us in some way. No. Yeah, we need another item, and there are no more items in the area. Okay, maybe. Oh, okay. So if we change the pinned thing, it... So this key is bent to the left, and the keyhole... It appears that the key should be bent to the right. Okay, so at least we unlocked the last bit. So now we can just brute force the thing. Okay, and the other option is someone else open the key, the door. Brute force, yes. Okay, this doesn't make sense. If he was unconscious... Huh, there's an option to validate. Okay. Okay. Let's do the validation thing.
Surveilling from afar, the intruder waited for a window of opportunity. When Kimahir went to sleep, the man crept up to the shack and slipped narcotics down the chimney pipe, then blocked it with a cloth. Kimahir inhaled the sedative and fell into a deep sleep. The intruder tried to move him, but the man was heavier than expected. The intruder fell on the sack and dropped his spyglass. In order to transport the servant, he had to use the cart.
Welcome
The final
back,
challenge
Ralph.
was opening the garden door. Luckily for our intruder, Kimahir had the key in his shack.
It makes total sense.
Lunch today is very normal spaghetti. Normal can be good and reassuring and comforting. What are the notable features of the abductor? Spyglass, chewing tobacco, and footprints. Huh? Really? No. Yeah. Do we need anything else? We do. Yeah, I think I've tried both of the blue things already. I am confused. I don't know what the icons mean. Among the other scattered objects inside is a sack of grain with an imprint shaped like a human head. Yeah, we know that. Okay, the key. That's something else entirely. Oh, so everything is kind of mixed up right now. Or not mixed up, mixed together and not separated into categories. Nice, it will be easy to keep track of that.
You'd best have found something by now, gentlemen.
I found the residue of narcotics in Kimahir's brazier. There are several explanations, perhaps your servant's recreational interest, or an attempt at poisoning.
Cut to the chase, Mr. Holmes.
I fear that someone may have spied upon Kimahir, likely the owner of the spyglass I found earlier. It appears they were watching for some time, as there was an impressive amount of chewing tobacco on the ground.
And your point?
You said that you checked the shack earlier. Did you notice the cart tracks near it? Now, one ought to expect a servant to make regular use of such a thing. Indeed, I would have overlooked the detail were it not for the cart's absence. If, as you say, Kimahir never leaves your estate, then where did it go?
I expect answers from you, Mr. Holmes. not questions.
I won't keep you in suspense any longer, Captain. Kimmer here was abducted by the owner of the spyglass. When your servant fell asleep, he slipped a narcotic into Kimmer here's brazier to make him sleep even more soundly. In order to carry a man as large as Kimmer here, the intruder stole the cart and rolled him right out of your garden.
Now, hold on. All this simply to tell me what I already know? Why haven't you found him yet?
I only arrived a moment ago. It is, frankly, incredible that I have already deduced so much.
Every second you dawdle here, waiting for me to stroke your ego, is another second wasted. I'm not interested in the how, the why, or the who. I am only interested in recovering my investment. Spare me the claptrap, boy, and go and fetch my servant.
Oh, he is just lovely. How am I supposed to do that if he doesn't want to give me the key to the padlock? Do it yourself then. What did you call me?
Captain, you are so addled by delusions of
Rude,
competency
yes.
that you miss the blindingly obvious. Without the assistance of others, you are utterly incapable. Kimmer here endured your nonsense far longer than I will.
The point is, Captain, we're telling you this for a reason. The intruder fled through the garden door, and we need a key to follow his trail.
Well, then you should have led with that. Here you go. I hope you'll return soon with good news. And in the meantime, please teach your companion the art of brevity.
Why don't you teach yourself the art of politeness? Okay, but before we open the padlock, let me take a short little break just to refill my glass. I will be right Sherlock should use more sass. I know. Okay.
What does it say? What does it say? No seams or torn fabric on this doll. Likely one-legged by design.
Since he's actually smart enough to do so, this one must be nice, Holmes. Yeah. Welcome to the hunt. Hey ho, street pigeons and roof ravens. Another treasure hunt is upon you. With a clue in hand, it's up to you to find all the dolls. Okay. Found this one by accident. Okay, there's something.
A large pile of horse droppings.
Fascinating.
Many cigarette butts. Someone stood here for hours. There was a cab waiting here. Our abductor slipped in and then off into the night.
Yeah, there's a cart. So that probably is the one missing from the
Sturdy rope.
estate.
professionally tied in a Portuguese bowline. This knot is often used by sailors to create a bosun's chair. Roy Soulsby. Could that be the name of our man? A strange substance. I have my suspicions based on the color and consistency, but would you care to hazard a guess, Doctor?
Well, it's odorless, but from the way it absorbs water, I'd say saltpeter.
Then we're in agreement. Well done. Wheels picked up grass along the way. Kimahia's cart, I gather.
From here, they must have went this way, potentially. Hi, hello. Were you maybe waiting in that alley some time ago? Yeah, so we have some trails on the right and on the left. But can we deduce something else? Where does the trail lead? I don't think we can answer this question right now. Abductor is a sailor. A particular note, a spyglass, and the footprints of a working man's boots. They all add up to one conclusion. Kimihia's abductor is a sailor. Okay. No. All evidence points to the Port of London. Kimihia's trail leads to the Port of London. We know now that Kimihia's kidnapper is most likely a sailor, that his wallet bears saltpeter residue, and that there was a recent saltpeter accident in the Port of London. Everything suggests that that to find Kimihia, we must head to the Port of London. There's no time to lose. It is vital that we find a cab to the Port of London immediately.
The
Okay.
strand proved not so useless after all. The saltpeter accident. Doctor, do you recall?
The Port of London. Of course. The footwear, the spyglass.
Indeed. We shall need to take a cab there.
Cannot return after leaving. Be sure to finish everything you wanted to do here. Let's finish with the treasure hunt. The newest drawing showed a bust of someone, and I think yeah, I think it must be this location. Shinings. Let's get some shinings. I would assume that it would be some clothing options, maybe, or other cosmetics. Oh, this looks a bit different. But maybe... I mean, it won't hurt to have a look. Yay.
A miner with a sooty face. At least, in doll form. What's this?
Hey ho, street pigeons and sewer rats. Another treasure hunt is upon you. With a clue in hand, it's up to you to find all the dolls. That clue may lead to a place outside of this part of town. We do have the 3 dolls already.
Anne. Charles.
What do we have here? Thank you for the hydrate.
Tom, Charles, Anne, and Mary.
So that would be Mary, I assume.
Last doll seems recently made.
Death certificates. Anne Coldrain, age 12, cause of death, blood loss due to leg injury. Tom Gill, age 5, cause of death, smoke poisoning. Charles Potter, age 14, cause of death, severe burns, debilitating injuries. Oh no. To the smartest pigeon of them all. You finally made it. You found the last piece of the puzzle. But it's not only the last piece in this hunt, it's the last piece ever, my street pigeons. I know to a lot of you my riddles were the only glint of light in your day, but shining that soul beam meant being surrounded by complete darkness. With Charlie's death, the third of our foursome, my lips have lost the ability to smile. Life has forced us to work where we don't belong, squeezing what little light we had out of us. Each day ended with me praying that the next, when I'd have to climb down the chimney again, breathe those awful fumes, listen to all the screams, would never come, and I don't even know how to pray. My friends thought I was the strongest, but with every loss I felt smaller and weaker, and now I feel nothing at all. So goodbye. I hope that one day you can fly away to warmer places, happier times, and never again be forced to give up your lives for scraps.
Not sure I like the treasure hunt's ending.
Could we really have saved her, Holmes?
No. Solving this crime is beyond my reach. It is society who must work on sparing children from death by hard labor.
Yeah, definitely not a happy ending to this case. Can we go down there? Yeah, a sad story, unfortunately.
Get the Strand. Get your copy of the Strand here.
Where to, Gav?
The Port of London, please. I will show you where to stop.
The Blood Red Knight. Not ominous at all.
Mr. Holmes, what a compelling mystery we have stumbled upon. Perhaps I have the premise of my next novel.
Huh. One kidnapping does not a story make.
Stop! A black cat crossed before us. It's a bad omen.
I did not take you for the superstitious type, Doctor. Such things are mere fantasies, tricks of a feeble mind. One imagines a physician would keep a surer footing in reality.
And a Drakara. Hello, Drakara.
My time abroad was difficult. Once, I came across an Afghan, bleeding, who I could not save. He pressed a rosary into my hand.
Yes, I am
a gift, he said,
doing well. How are you, Drakara?
After that,
sounds fun, yes.
Dr. Watson?
Totally.
Yes, well, I shan't get into details, but sometime later I found myself lost in the desert. Dehydration set in, and things grew ever more dire. The man's words came to me. I said a prayer and placed the rosary on a rock. A gift to gain God's favor.
And you were rescued?
Yes. A detachment of British soldiers found me.
To whom I'm grateful. Without their diligence, you would not be standing here and I would not have this case.
I'm sure you have another explanation prepared, Mr. Holmes, but I think I shall cling to the occasional superstition all the same.
To each his own, Dr. Watson. So long as it does not interfere with my methods, do it. We must press on, cat or no cat. The question remains, why abduct Kimahir?
Send the cat my way. I will give it cuddles and won't be crossing anyone's path for a while. Sherlock can ask bystanders about a piece of evidence. Press C to open the casebook, pin the evidence with X, and then speak to someone. Try it now with a calling card. I see a piece of paper. Yes, I hope so too, that your work is not going to be too bothersome, and that you can find some entertainment here.
Are you able to help me?
Oh, you're fortunate. I will help you.
The man usually wanders close to the dockyard. I'm not sure this guy's...
Help me, please.
Sorry, sir, I can't help you.
Yeah, it looks more like he is in need of some help.
Oh, hardly a reputable establishment.
I've seen worse.
But it has a kitty. It's gonna be that bad.
Greetings, miss. I'm hoping you can help us.
We shall soon see.
I heard tell of a recent explosion in the port. What do you know of it?
Ah, yes. Something exploded in a ship's cargo hold. Caused a terrible blaze. The sky was red with smoke till morning.
Where precisely did it occur?
The ship sank near the third pier, next to the dockyard.
Ale and chapped lips. Okay. Meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow. But the standard morning sickness, trousers a little tight, chapped lips. So is she hiding her pregnancy, or is she unaware of her pregnancy? Don't mind me, I'm just going to stand here staring at you and like look you up and down from top of your head to the very toes. Nothing uncomfortable about that. Just let me take out the looking glass too. It will be easier this way. The barmaid is in the early stages of pregnancy, has a slightly distended belly and hints of morning nausea. Chapped lips and a pale face indicate a lack of proper nutrition. However, she tries hiding her swollen belly by wearing trousers that are too tight for her. She clearly has yet to know of her pregnancy, as she keeps wearing her usual clothes, which are now too tight for her. Does it really matter for the case? Excuse me, miss, your belly looks slightly distended. Yes. That's a totally normal thing to say to a person. Okay, let's go with unaware. I don't know if that will influence anything at all. You are with child. Sure, we just met. Let's go with this.
Miss, what if I told you that you are in the family way?
No, really? Oh, thank you, sir. How would I, a simple woman, have ever known without your help? You must be a doctor.
In a manner of speaking.
He's not. He merely has the ego of one. I apologize, miss. Mr. Holmes is fond of his observations, but I am the doctor here, not him. Do you need any help?
I'm fine, thank you. would rather not discuss my condition, nor let word of it spread.
Probably hiding. She doesn't seem like she's in the social position to have a child. Well, sus, much sus. As it should be.
Are you familiar with a Roy Soulsby?
Roy Soulsby? I know the name, but he's not one of my regulars. My guess is that he works somewhere around here.
My colleague and I are seeking a burly man, above average height, with workman's boots.
Half my customers, then. Your description hardly narrows things down.
I'm quite surprised her tone was so neutral to friendly to the conversation. It's probably fine. Your choice probably doesn't matter. In the grand scheme, I don't think it does. Stone Cold says Sherlock was put in his place. I don't think he noticed he was. Okay, I don't know if we can check anything here. What is this? Meh.
Could you help me?
Excuse me.
I'm sorry, but I don't know anything.
It appears that the saltpeter explosion rattled the
Oh,
locals. Can't blame them for staying at home.
But they need to ask bystanders. How am I supposed to ask them if they are not standing by, just staying at home? Really. So inconsiderate of them.
The coffin won't go away and the doctor's too pricey.
You mean he's always been kind of blunt when he tells people his observations, nor does he notice when people get annoyed at him for doing so. Yes, so it's very in character.
Hello, this is Dr. Watson. We'll take a look at your phone. Help me, please.
I don't think anyone here knows the answer. You should ask someone else.
Freshly dug up treasures, it seems.
Everything ends up in a river. It's a good thing these people take something from it.
The water has a curious whitish tinge to it. The subject is hyperventilating. He has a pale face and dilated pupils. Dilated pupils, decolorized skin, necrosis. What do you make of this, Doctor?
All signs point towards acute poisoning. It could possibly be due to chemicals. I won't jump to any conclusions yet.
Do you know anything about this?
It's a shame I can't answer your question.
A fish just chilling out on the bank of the river.
It's a large harbor. If our kidnapper is hiding here, finding him won't be easy.
Okay, let's concentrate on the sick guy for a moment. Examination of a mudlark reveals signs of poisoning by hazardous substances contained in the water. Better look for the source of contamination upstream. Okay, what's the flow of the river?
The coffin won't go away and the doctor's too pricey.
Pile of rotten food. It carries danger, but not of the kind that we witnessed. Gruesome. It's been decomposing for weeks. If this were the origin of the disease, it would have started sooner than a few days ago. The waterway goes under the buildings. We'll need to find other open sections in order to continue our search.
Okay, it's not causing this particular poisoning, so let's leave it there. I'm sure the decomposing body in the river will just add a local flavor to it. Okay, go through here. No. Okay. Excuse me. Help. Garash missing for a week. Please tell if you see him. Ask Diane. Port Shantytown. Red rag over house entrance.
Are you able to help me?
I wish I could be of help, but I can't. Sorry.
Is this familiar to you?
I can't help you with this.
I'm not sure staying in this river is a good idea. Yeah, it's maybe for the better.
Help me, please.
As much as I'd like to help you, I know nothing about this.
Hello and no thank you.
Mal Dalton swears she saw ghosts in warehouse too. The coppers even went over there. Must be serious.
May I ask for your assistance?
Another case.
I'll be happy to help you. So listen to me.
People say that Mr. Soulsby may have gone to watch the ship that exploded yesterday near the third pier. Okay.
Do you know anything about this?
I don't think anyone here knows the answer. You should ask someone else.
So we are looking for warehouse 2 or fire 3.
May I ask you something?
Sorry, sir. I can't help you.
Or the river. Some later location. Oh, did we come back to the original place? Yes. Sorry.
Ma Dalton swears she saw ghosts in warehouse 2. The coppers even...
Pair 3. We are here.
Not in the mood, mate. Shoo!
Pardon me, sir. I am looking for Roy...
Not again. Yes, I'm Roy, but I can't help you find your uncle or whoever you've lost.
Now, what makes you think I would inquire about missing people?
You are the 4th person to ask this week. Just because I work at the port doesn't mean I keep track of everyone who comes here.
Who else asked about missing people?
You say we are not the first to ask you about a disappearance. Do you recall anything about those who came inquiring?
I only remember the foreign woman. I didn't catch her name, but those are her posters hanging up everywhere. She has badgered me twice now, and I still don't know nothing.
And this woman can be found?
No clue. She was talking gibberish.
May I ask what you're doing here?
This is where the ship sank the other day. I'm trying to work out how we'll remove it.
Now, where was I?
Yes, let's have a look at you, sir. Stamp inks. Stamp ink states. Okay. Average height. Just a moment longer, sir. Nothing to worry about. Waltham Hillside Pocket Watch, mint solid gold. And no muscle tone. He's of English blood, around 5'5" and has an average build. His lack of muscle tone implies that he is hardly strong. Mr. Soulsby does not seem to look like Kimihia's abductor. His left palm bears several stamp ink stains. Some letters remain visible. HM Cos. Apparently Mr. Soulsby is the customs officer. He holds a brand new Waltham Hillside watch in his pocket. Only a corrupt customs officer can afford such a thing. Or a thief? Yeah, I think he's an officer. Let's go with this.
Have you seen this before?
My card? Where did you dig that up?
At a crime scene near Baker Street involving a young servant's kidnapping, I might add.
No. Someone used it without my consent. How else would it end up there? That boat explosion stopped most traffic coming into the port. Guess I'll be without work for a while.
Yeah, I am sure you'll figure something out.
Moskva. Sounds like this ship is from the east.
My money is on a loose cigarette or a discarded match. One careless throw, and boom.
Do you know anything about this?
No, sir, I've never heard of it.
Yeah, so...
Wonder why people are going missing. Puts a man on edge, you know.
Sure, you have nothing to do with that. Missing person poster. There was something like that somewhere. Okay. Okay. Too little information to figure it out anyway.
How can I help? I could try and flag someone down.
We haven't been here yet. And we're back here. Okay.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
As much as I'd like to help you, I know nothing about this.
Well... Oh, maybe we should change the pinned thing, since we already found Soulsby. houses. That's 3. That's 4. Where is number 2? Yeah, I don't think so. Even with the ominous cross on the door. Maybe spin this thing instead.
May I ask for your assistance?
Sorry, sir, I can't help you.
No, oh, it's the river thing.
A recent cart crash.
Memo to employee Brian: never load this trolley with more than half the weight of Danny Nutcracker, 200 pounds at a time. She did the Mexican flamingo with Joshua, and the poor thing is not running well since the trolley, that is. Joshua broke long ago. Also, the ship from Barbados asked for 1 ton of phenol, so let's hurry up. Ivy Spade Chemicals, Inc.
Phenol, a dangerous substance often used as a sanitizer, coming from Spade Chemicals. The fish's scales have decolorized. What a disaster.
Okay, card.
May I
extent.
ask for your assistance?
I think I can help you.
The Spade Chemicals building is located at Warehouse 5. Thank you. I'm sure that when looking for Warehouse 5, that was just there when we entered this location. We are going to find Warehouse 2, because why not? Yeah, 5 is over there.
This pipe disposes of wastewater from a factory, a possible culprit, but would likely have caused trouble a long time ago. Moving on.
Yeah, not an
Good
issue.
evening, Constable. I heard some people talking of ghosts in this warehouse.
Gossips, all of them. An old lady neighbour saw some lights and ghostly shapes in the middle of the night. She heard music too. Turns out this was the warehouse of Grandpa Kujak. He owned a business with theatre props for scary shows. I went in and, well, it is a bit creepy. But I think it was probably just some kids fooling around.
Do you mind if I take a look inside?
Not at all. It's like Madame Tussauds, only worse. I'll be on the beat round the pub for the rest of the night. Damn explosion. Good night, sir.
Yeah, so exactly. Found warehouse 2 on the way to warehouse 5. Let's jump in.
An effective contraption. It still works.
Ghosts. I see ghosts. Boo. Boo.
There was a box in the coffin. It was removed quite recently. They opened the casket and left marks.
No, wait. There was another thing.
A herbal odor with an ethylic base. Liquor? Where is this going? Phosphorus, used recently.
Huh. Footprints on the ceiling. Oh, okay. We have a
Somebody had fun. Several crates are missing. No brand or markings. It looks like a bulk product. Bottles of various shapes and sizes. I detect a mix of chemicals and aromas. A small cart left those tracks.
Okay, so that's the exit. Nah, let's go back.
That's most likely the ghost the old lady saw through the window.
Okay, the most creepy thing is this guy here.
Inspired by the legend of Sleepy Hollow.
We'll do this the Viking way then.
Yeah. Looks a bit like Eivor if you think about it.
Who is this intended to scare?
What are the options? No. But non-Vikings, despite supporting Not technically horned helmet. The ooh sound is kinda funny. It is. I guess you could find it scary. I mean, if you don't know the source of a sound, it's easier to get spooked. Oh yes, sure, it was a ghost. Good for jump scares, that's true. Okay, that's the last one. Where's the third one? The heck? A ghost that walks up the wall. Well, it's a spooky warehouse, so what do you expect? Okay, let me check. I don't think there are any hoof prints.
A small cart left those tracks.
Oh, a small cart, so yeah. Okay.
Somebody played with phosphorus to give the illusion of ghosts or ectoplasm. In reality, they were here to mix a few ingredients and prepare a solution of some sort. Then they took a box hidden inside the casket, and they left through that gate with a small cart.
Okay, is that it, or do we have to go tell the policeman? Spade chemicals. Another card can be tracked to find out more. Oh. Annie.
Ma Dalton swears she saw ghosts in warehouse too. The coppers even went over there. Must be serious.
Any sort of marks, I think. I don't really see anything that's super well visible.
Dr. Tippett's electric pectobrain. Patent medicine of the future.
This is a patent medicine. A quick fix at an expensive price that drags the patient slowly into death.
Sure, let's
Is this familiar to you?
You're lucky to find me.
Oh. Dr. Tippett's electric pector brain can be found in shanty towns. It is dispensed in a yard to the sick and suffering. Sounds like a wonderful idea.
Can I ask you a question?
As much as I'd like to help you, I know nothing about this.
Okay. We could also go back here and have a look at warehouse 5 and that chemical plant. Wait. Okay, it was on the other side of this building. I mean, those boards are just moving on their own, so are we sure the warehouse isn't haunted after all? Spoopy boards, yes, exactly.
Barrels of phenol from your company ended up in the canal. It has poisoned people. You will need to clean it up properly. Otherwise, we will inform the authorities.
What the? We will call the cleaning brigade immediately. I hope this can stay between us.
More emotes were approved, yay! Also, hi again, how goes Sherlock? It started going a bit better. We have solved some minor cases, a treasure hunt, so it's going. After the initial issue with the first real quest, I think I'm getting the hang of it slowly. But yay for more emotes. All the emoting. Hey, let me check them out right away. If I can. Cute. Oh, the hype that we posted, and there's also the giggle one. So cute. Okay, so we bought the cart. Are we done with it? Spade Chemicals representative promised to deal with the pollution. Butler's are still waiting for instructions. Okay. Do we believe the representative? Oh, such a cute ghost. Is that Ibelianas by any chance?
Yes, it really not very happy then.
No, that's one of yours. Oh, the ghost too. Oh, it must be one of the probably bed emotes or something like that. It's so cute. And the other ones, oh, I'm glad that they got. Sorry, I'm glad they got approved so fast. I've been waiting for 2-3 weeks to have the hype one approved finally for some reason.
Gentlemen, the doctor here and I have found the source of the contamination. Spade Chemicals will take care of it.
That's pretty good news. But how long will it take? And what about our friend? Will someone pay for his treatment?
Pressurize the company. But for now, get rid of the stained clothes and rinse any phenol-affected skin. No one else should touch the canal today.
Thank you, we'll do that. Let's go to the chief doctor for help.
Must have just been approved in the last few hours.
Too pricey.
Probably.
Is this familiar to you?
I don't think anyone here knows the answer. You should ask someone else.
Yeah, that's what we just got email a few minutes ago, so probably be there for you soon.
The coffee won't go away. The doctor's too pricey.
In that case, just in time for this poopy warehouse. Yes.
The coffee won't go away. The doctor's too pricey.
Unfortunately, we found out that this poopy house isn't really that spoopy. No.
I don't believe in ghosts. I did when I was a kid.
Okay, good for you.
Help me, please.
No,
What's
sir.
happening? Got
I
the
never heard of
emotes approved. Yes, Daedric is showing off her emotes. And they are cute.
I can't tell you because I don't know.
Okay, I am not entirely sure what to do now. Do we have a map? We do. Okay, Shantytown. Someone in the Shantytown is supposed to know something about the fake medicine, apparently. It is Emiliana. I love the ghost emote. And I can see myself using it a lot in the future.
May I ask for your assistance?
Sorry, sir, I can't help you.
So, are we in Shantytown? No. Where's the good old "you are here" marker? Would be useful. I hope your party one gets approved before tomorrow's stream. It wouldn't be complete without the party one. Yes, fingers crossed that it gets approved. You're also not holding your breath. Yeah, I was waiting to get the hype one approved for about 2 or 3 weeks, but right now it seems to be going way faster. So yes, maybe there's a chance for a new emote tomorrow.
Hello, lad. Is this where I may find Dea?
You read the poster? Yes? You know where my brother Girves is?
Sadly, no. Well, not yet. Where did you last see Girves?
He worked at a, warehouse. This man, Roy Solby, gave him the job. He paid him a necklace.
Do you still have the necklace that Soulsby gave to Girves?
Girves left it near the, shrine. I tried to sell it to buy Amma medicine, but no one wanted to buy.
I want to speak to Dea. Is she around?
Amma, my mother, she got sick after the fire. Big red smoke. She couldn't breathe, so I took her to the doctor. Now I am in charge.
How would you describe this Soulsby?
He was big and strong. He had a big scary eye.
Scary, you say?
Yes, like it was made of metal.
Don't go anywhere.
That's strange. That doesn't fit the description of the Soulsby we know at all.
I miss Girves. Do you think he's okay?
This cheap pendant looks like silver, but it's only made of tin. No surprise the boy couldn't sell it.
No surprise the boy couldn't sell it, so we are going to take it for free. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else. Metal armor, maybe. He said that it wasn't, if I remember, if I understood correctly, it was a metal eye.
Coffin won't go away and the doctor's too pricey.
Weird, maybe, I don't know, maybe a monocle or one of those, I don't know what they're called, the looking glasses that jewelers use or clockmakers use, something like that, that can be held by the muscles around the eye. Not that it would make sense for someone to just walk around with it, but still, well, we'll see. Maybe it's just a ball of metal placed instead of an eye.
Can I ask you a question?
As much as I'd like to help you, I know nothing about this.
The haunted warehouse. The constable couldn't be found around the first maid pub after the search. Where we did the search of the warehouse, so apparently we have to investigate further. Ammonite pendant. It looks like silver, but it's actually made of tin. The Nepali boy says that Roy Soulsby gave the pendant to Gervais, who left it with his family so that they can hopefully sell it. Maybe we can ask around about this guy. You're tired, you're going to bed. Have a very nice rest of stream evening day. Thank you very much, Emiliana, and thank you for being here. I greatly appreciate it. And have a good night, have a good rest, and hopefully see you soon.
Could you help me?
No, sir, I've never heard of it.
Actually, let me take a moment and do the stuff that I have forgotten about once again. So, shout out spam, Rage of Wrath, a variety streamer and a wonderful person. Check out and follow. Daedric Shadow, predominantly Elder Scrolls Online streamer, newly affiliated. Check out and follow. Emiliana, another Elder Scrolls Online streamer, also recently affiliated. Check out and follow. Checking my loots. Another member of the ESO fam and ESO streamer, but also dabbling in some variety. Check out and follow. And AD Games now, very chill variety streamer. Check out and follow. You won't be disappointed, as in all of the above cases. And yes, no problem at all.
Is this familiar to you?
It's a shame I can't answer your question.
Could you help me? Sorry, sir, I can't help you.
Can we confront the guy who is claiming to be Roy Soulsby. Or the real Roy Soulsby. Who is Roy Soulsby?
Could you help me?
Sorry, sir. I can't help you.
This one. So what about this thing? I don't know if I...
Do you know anything about this?
Sorry, sir. I can't help you.
It is a shame.
Help me, please.
Sorry, sir. I can't help you.
Help me, please.
No, sir, I've never heard of it.
Ma Dalton swears she saw ghosts in Warehouse 2. The coppers even went over there. Must be serious.
Excuse me, just one question.
I wish I could be of help, but I can't. Sorry.
Help me, please.
I don't think anyone here knows the answer. You should ask someone else.
Yay. It might be a sign that we reached this part of the evening where the brain power isn't
What are you gawping at?
that good. Oh, we can talk with him some more now.
Sorry, doesn't ring a bell.
Character portrait. Missing person.
I have been told that you hired Dea's son, Girves, right before he vanished. His brother also said you had a metal eye. What do you make of this?
Tell that him to stop making things up.
Okay, so he got upset once again. But apparently someone must be impersonating Roy Soulsby. Not this one.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
No, sir, I've never heard of it.
Okay, so maybe let's continue the questioning and the search at some other time, meaning on Thursday. Thank you very much for being here. I greatly appreciate it. I hope that you enjoyed our first foray into the world of Sherlock Holmes, The Awakened, and that you will join us again on Thursday. That's when we are going to continue investigating all of the things and stuff, and thanks for streaming. Have a great rest of your night. Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate it a lot, as always. Let's see. Who could we raid? Thanks for a stream. Love you too. Thank you very much. Well, I'm going to repeat the same thing, that I am grateful. I appreciate your presence. I am very happy that you chose to spend some time, some part of your day with me, and I mean it. I hope that you will have a great rest of the time zone, whichever applies to you. Let me see. Just quickly checking things and stuff. Let's read Syndra. What do you think? Yes, so we are going to raid Syndra, another member of ESO fam. If you are not picked by the Twitch raid but want to join, feel free to follow this link. If you want to stay in touch outside of the streams, here are the links to my Twitter and to Discord. Feel free to follow or join. I will greatly appreciate it, but no pressure. If you don't want to, I understand that, well, we all have a bunch of Discord servers that we've joined but don't really visit. Or is it just me? Anyway, yeah, don't feel pressured, but if you want to, feel free to do that. And here's the raid message that you can copy and paste and use when we raid Syndra. So, yes, I will be back on Thursday at around 8 p.m. Central European Time, back with some more Sherlock. Thank you once again for being here. Have a great week, and goodbye.